Not sure I have enough space on my computer. Okay, so fine. Okay, so like I was saying, everywhere seems to be very, very quiet today. Everywhere seems to be very, very quiet. Guys, please give me a few seconds. Okay, hold on. So, sorry guys, I needed to attend to something. So yeah, I'm back. So I was saying that we have a bloodbath on our hands, this weekend. As this is like 2 days now. I don't know if anybody, if anybody has anything to say, about the bloodbath, but probably I'll give us a chance to talk. One of the things about cryptocurrency market is that it gives you quick returns, very fast. And at the same time, because there's always a lot of profit taking, and because the market is really, really still very young, when it drops like it drops big. And at the same time, if you understand how to play in the market, you'll be able to also profit from this dropping. You can profit from it if you really understand how to play in this market, really. So having said that, I actually want to emphasize something. If you look at the screen, you'll see losses, negatives, minus 11%, minus 16%, minus 3%, a lot. I think I saw minus 30 something today, minus 16. That's it. That's huge. Yeah, UMA is doing minus 30%. Yen.finance is doing minus 21%. Those are minus 20%, minus 21%. You know, CILO is doing minus 20%, except for very few. Look at air trade is doing 20% in positive. But all in all, this is not a new. It's not a new thing in this space. It's not new. It's something. This is something we see every time. The major culprits when it comes to retracing. Let me use that word. Is Bitcoin, and that's why it's very important to in cases like this, you want to pay attention to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the one that drives the market. And when it drops big, when there's a retracement, let me use that word, with Bitcoin, you see that every other cryptos also come down. Bitcoin has lost at least in the last 48 hours, has lost over 10%. So it affects every other cryptocurrency. And then I'll talk about how you can profit from even this drop, how you can take advantage of it. Because we are still in bull run, let me use that word, in quotes. This is a chart. Let me open this chart. And I want to put our attention to in March this year. This is Bitcoin dropping. This is Bitcoin. I'm very sure if you can see the screen, Bitcoin dropped all the way from 10,500 to 3,700. That was around March this year. And there was a lot of bloodbath in the market. But at the same time, it rose again from this spot after this major major hammer candlestick on a daily chart. I'm on the daily chart. So we see a move, that saw Bitcoin went all the way from this 3,007, went all the way to as high as $12,000, around this area before we see another drop. Now, if you look at this chart, you will notice that already we have a support around there, and we are already having a buy candlestick. I don't want to call this an hammer, but it looks like an hammer though, So this is where our support is, around this area. And I'm very sure this price breaks this support. What I mean by that is if it keeps coming down from here, from this 10,100, as you can see, it's around 10,100 right now. if it drops further, say it drops, the next support is around that 9,100. That's another um that's another major support area from this spot. You know, so if this support does not hold and it drops further, we are coming here. And then if we get come here, we are going to see a lot of all these coins, all these altcoins also dropping because they follow Bitcoin. Because once there's a sell-off on Bitcoin, every investor's holding all those coins, they panic and they sell. But the truth is, eventually we are going to see a reversal of all these moves. Because I strongly believe that Bitcoin has not really, is not done with the bull run. We are still in the midst of the bull run. So at least between now and next year, we should see Bitcoin hit at least the all-time high, which is around $20,000. So I still expect Bitcoin to do that. But for now, Bitcoin, paying attention to Bitcoin is very key. Now the question now is that how do you play in this market at this when prices are dropping like this, and then you have a stake in the market, you still have a lot of money that you have invested. You might be a little bit worried. I will talk about that right now. Then after I'm done, then I'll also talk about all these DeFi coins. We'll look at it and talk about it together. So having said that, Bitcoin is still holding. Still, this support is still holding. It hasn't broken it here, but this line is sitting on it. Anything can happen. It can break it from there. It can return. Can start going back up from there. Between now and the end of the weekend, anything can happen. Having said that, how do you play in this in this scenario when you see a lot of losses everywhere like this? What you want to do is you want to pay attention to the major coins that have cryptos that has very good fundamentals, that have use cases, that have very good fundamentals. Coins like Bitcoin has a very good fundamental. It's been around since over 10 years. That is a plus to that kind of cryptocurrency. Timing. A coin that has been through all the ups and downs and is still in existence. Having said that, we also have coins like Ethereum. Okay, we also have coins like Ethereum. Ethereum has also been around for a while. It has a lot of volume on a daily basis. About $23 million is being traded. It has a very good use cases. Ethereum is a platform where all the cryptocurrency dApps, all these decentralized applications are built on. Majority of them, not all of them. Let me say 95% of them are built on Ethereum. And when it comes to smart contracts, all these dApps are built on Ethereum all dApps using smart contract. You have coins like XRP. Ripple also have a use case. Bitcoin Cash, which is a fork of Bitcoin. You have Chainlink, which also have a very good case, using the Oracle. You have Polkadot, Now you want to look at coins that have good, very good use cases. Coins like Crypto.com, coins like Binance, Cardano, Tron, Tezos. So those are the coins you actually want to look at, and look at how much have they lost. And one of the mistakes that people used to do is that they want to just look at how many percentage have they lost. You don't want to look at that alone. You also want to look at at the moment, where is the price? Where is the price? So where is the price? You want to look at where is the price of the market. Like I was trying to explain, if you look at Bitcoin now, Bitcoin is sitting on the support. If you want to take a risk, let's say you want to do a daily trade. Let's say you are not a long-term trader. If you take a buy around there, say okay, you want to buy on the support, you can take a buy around there and put probably your stop loss probably around this area. That's if you have money to play with. Okay. Or you can wait to confirm that this guy won't break. Probably he goes back up a little bit and then you take your buy around there. Okay. So those are different ways you can do that. Let's look at another coin that has a very good use case. Before you pull the trigger, before you buy, what are the things you have to look for? Now we established that some of those coins that I mentioned, like Chainlink, like Ethereum, like Binance, like Crypto.com, and a host of others have a very good use case. So you want to now look at the chart to see if it is sitting on a, if there's a hammer, or if it's sitting on, look at Ethereum. Ethereum, I mean, link, I'm looking at Chainlink now. Chainlink right now has dropped all the way from around almost $20 to around $11. Okay. So you want to actually look at, is Chainlink around the support area? Can I buy now or I should wait? And now look at Chainlink. Chainlink is around the support area, although this is a minor support. This area is a minor support. So, but this is a support. Now, this area, this support area has been broken already. There's support around there too, which has been broken. Now, if Chainlink breaks this support now, you know, we see it moving all the way down to around this area, because there's nothing holding it around this area again. We'll likely see Chainlink move all the way around down to this area. But all in all, like I said earlier, the power of Bitcoin is very evident in this market, because Bitcoin drives this market. Okay, and because Bitcoin is dropping massively, these guys are also shedding weight. And then you also don't want to blame the market, because you want to look at the fact that we've seen 100%, 200%, 500% gain in the past couple of months. So it makes sense that some investors want to take profit and just say, I've taken enough, and they want to take profit and stand back and see if they can buy again. So those are some of the reasons why we are seeing a lot of raise in the market. So just let's look at another coin that has also dropped. So we'll come and look at it. Okay, let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum also has dropped from around that 400, and Ethereum was around $440 something before it drops all the way to, let me see the highest it has done. Ethereum has done in the last couple of months, this last few weeks. I want to see. Okay, Ethereum even E385. Oh, sorry, 477. Did 487. That was September 1st, 487. So it has also taken a very, very deep drop. So let's look at Ethereum too and see. Look at Ethereum. So you can see that Ethereum also. If you pay attention to this chart, you will notice that all these charts are looking like Bitcoin charts. Hello, I don't know whether you guys are following me. If you are seeing what I'm seeing, can you just probably you should raise your hand. Let me see you. You can observe what I just observed. Okay, Amen Johnson, I see. You can see that all these charts are looking like Bitcoin charts, and the reason is not far-fetched. Bitcoin drives this market. So when it's dropping, every other coin starts dropping. You see that this chart looks similar to what Bitcoin is doing. You can see that this Ethereum is also sitting on the support around almost the area that Bitcoin is sitting on the support. So if Bitcoin turns from this spot, so you also expect all these coins to also turn. There's a turning. Let me go back to the Bitcoin chart. There's a turning. There's a turning for Bitcoin around this axis. I'm going to check get it. Okay, let me search for Bitcoin. So if you notice this, the same thing that Ethereum is doing, the same thing that Link is doing. So if you see a turning, if this support holds its ground, and Bitcoin turns from here and go back to the uptrend, every other coin will do the same. Because majorly Bitcoin is the one that's driving the market. So when there's a turn, it brings back the confidence in investors. People now want to say, okay, they want to buy again. People now start buying again. So it's likely that if Bitcoin doesn't break this support, if this support holds its ground and then there's a return, every other coin will also do the same thing. So at the same time, you can also and that's why it's very good to always look at the charts. Remember in the group, I always mention it. When somebody says, can we buy? And I say, fine. It looks like this particular coin has, for example, probably a coin has lost like 50%. fine, it looks like it, but have you checked the chart? You have to go and check the chart and see is that place on the support, because you don't want to go and buy and then the thing still keeps dropping. You want to be sure, okay, should I buy in case it keeps dropping after you buy? You don't want that. But sometimes when the market, when a coin or a price, you have a free fall price, you don't know how long it's going to dip, you know. So that's why it's very important to pay attention to Bitcoin. There's another coin I want us to also look at apart from Ethereum and all that. I also want to look at the chart, another chart. Also want to look at if you are in this for the long, or for me, I see that the market will sit down. I know that the market will turn. Just hold, just to hold on. Okay, look at Neo. Okay, let's look at Neo. I think Neo did about 20 something dollars or so from where it was coming from. It did about 20 something dollar. Like I was, let me share the. I think Mohammed, are you in the group? Mohammed, okay, Mohammed is not here. Like I remember, I was speaking. The guy Mohammed is also in the group. He was chatting with me like 2 days ago. I said, boss, I say, yeah. He said, that what is happening though? I said, I said nothing. It's market, it's normal. He said, that now he doesn't even check his chart again because he's always he's always checking his chart before, so he's always very scared. He said every minute he's checking. He said, but now he doesn't even trade short term. Like just buy and just leave it for a while and allow the market to do its thing. I like one of my friends used to say, Bitcoin Chief. If you know Bitcoin Chief, he said before when he just started trading cryptocurrency, that he was always checking his chart. He's always checking the price. Like he said, he can check like 1,000 times in a day. It got to a point that he almost have high blood pressure. And I was like, he said after a while, just advise himself that guy, if you want to leave you, and that's the truth with trading. It's not only cryptocurrency, stock or forex, so anything that has to do with your trading, it can be crazy. When you're checking consistently, you can give yourself high blood pressure. I mean, a friend of mine that we used to trade together at Benga, that we used to trade forex together way back when I was in school. The guy literally had high blood pressure. At the point, it got to a point that when Benga, blood started coming out from Benga's nose, it was that bad because he's always looking at it. Benga can be on the system from morning till night. Sometimes 3 days stretch, you will not eat, and those kind of things kill faster. And that's why when it comes to trading, the advice is always trade what you can afford to lose. When you see people that do like that, they always overcommit. Let me use that word. That means they always put more than one they ought to put in the market, and that's why their blood pressure is always very high. If you notice in the group, you never see me coming to the group to shout, what is going to happen? I don't do it. The group I am, I don't do it because I don't always overcommit. I don't. I don't overcommit in any trading from experience. So I used to be like that. I overcommit. So and then it affects everything you do. Somebody in the group the other day was saying that he couldn't sleep. He has not been able to sleep. The reason is because you have overcommitted. You know, you don't do that. You trade with what you can afford to lose. As much as you're trying to also make money, you also have to be very careful because the market can be very crazy. You can lose all your money in no time. So having said that, now if you look at Neo during this run did, I think I'm seeing 22.48. Is a high about around $22. Neo is one of my biggest bag in this market. Like I have a lot of it in my bag, but it's dropping, does not move me. If I sell all my Neo stake at this price, at this $17, I've not lost anything. At this $17, I've already done over 100%. Okay. So if you understand the market, you will not, it doesn't move you, it will move you. All these things that they are doing, it always, find this level and go back up. So let's look at Neo on the chart. Let's pay attention to Neo on the chart. Let's pay attention to Neo on the chart. Okay, so Neo's chart looks different though. It's looking like Neo is going to still drop further because from what I'm seeing here, I can see an inverted arm around there on the daily chart. So it looks like Neo is going to drop further. I don't know how further it's going to drop. It has really moved up. So it looks like it's going to drop further. If it drops further, the first place is going to test is this support. There's a support here. One, if you break this support there, we should be seeing it coming down, big time. So, so you also want to look at Neo. Now look at Neo now. It has dropped from it has done a lot of, if you jump in because you see the amount that it has dropped and you didn't check the chart, you will not know that it's still around the support, around the resistance area where you can see drop further. So that's the beauty of you trying to check the chart. Okay, it's very important. You have to be able to check the chart to see what is going on with that coin. So I haven't said that. Now, now let's talk about all these crazy coins. Now let's look at Wi-Fi. All these crazy coins that we are seeing in the crypto space. Look at Wi-Fi now. It's around $19,000. Wi-Fi did 30. The highest it did. Let me go and look for it. All-time high 39,000. Wow, I didn't even know that it was. I think it was around 34,000. I was the last time I checked. It moved all the way from $738 in July, just about a month. I mean, to $39,000. Wow. Now these DeFi coins, they are the craze in the crypto space right now. And all of you can bear me witness last week or 2 weeks ago when they were all moving up. I was shouting. When we now have YFII, we have YFV, we have YF. Which one is that again, sir? Guys, please, if you can remind me, I don't know. We have YFV, we have YFL, we have YFT. All sort of version of this Wi-Fi. You will notice that I was shouting, buy with what you can afford to lose. Buy with what, don't jump in with all your money. Because when you have an asset, let me use that word, that is moving in a crazy manner. How can an asset move from $700 to $39,000 within the space of a month? That is a cancerous growth. I'm very sure doctors also, have, if a child grows from a 5-year-old child is already 7 feet tall, that's cancerous. They'll start looking at it as a disease. I'm very sure they will have a name for the disease. They will say this is not, because it's not normal. It's not normal, and that's what we saw in that young finance in that move. It's not normal. It's not a normal move. So you should expect to play with what you can afford to do, because when a coin or any asset move up that fast, when it's dropping, it's going to drop big. Now look at this coin now. It has dropped from, I'm not holding any of this Wi-Fi, because for me, it's the one I bought, I've sold them. I think I sold them before it even started dropping like this. Around that, when it goes around that 34,000. I sold this Wi-Fi. Although I'm still holding some YFY, those ones I just put small money, maybe $100, $200, yeah, and so I'm not even moved by what they are doing. I've not even checked. I don't know their price again, but I put some money in them too. But small money, $100, $200, $50, $100, because of what, if you understand the marketplace, you understand that when the price of an asset move up too fast, when it's crashing, go to crash big. Imagine if you bought some of this coin at when it was around $39,000. You have to wait. I mean, it's a long wait. and then you are not even so certain that it's going to get back to this price probably in the next 2-3 years. So that's why you cannot afford to go and put money for money that you want to use now. It's like you are gambling. When you see a coin that moves like that, it's like you are gambling. If you look at there's another coin, YFII. Okay, there's YFL. I saw YFL too. I think this guy did, if I'm not mistaken, he moved all the way up to $10,000. This particular coin. It moved all the way up to around that $10,000. Where is it? Okay, this the all-time high, 9,400 on September 1st, $9,400 all the way. It moved all the way up to $9,400. There was also there's another coin. There's another one of these YF, okay, YF link, YF link. I think YFL also. Let me. What's the all-time high? 1,900 on September 2nd. You know, so all this coin, the way they move is very important. That especially all these DeFi coins, and like somebody rightly said, these DeFi coins are being fueled by greed. People are greedy, and that's why you see a coin that is moving at that rate. You went to sell all your other good assets. You have coins like Link, you have coins like Ethereum that you have been holding, and then you went to go and sell everything, and then you jump into this one, and then it crashes on you. If you are lucky, some people are lucky. I saw a guy. I met one of my friends online. He's a white guy. He jumped in on YFI when YFI was around that $13,000. He sold all his assets and he pumped that money in, a lot of money, almost 100K. That guy made a lot of money when the thing went all the way. And I told him, guys, sell. So we were chatting yesterday and he said, that he sold like almost 90% of that YFL. So he makes a lot of money from that move. So well, if you can do that, and this is about timing. It's about timing. If you enter at the wrong time, you'll be hit badly. I'm talking about all these DeFi, Yarn, finance coins. But if you enter at the right time, you can quickly come out. Imagine if you buy this coin, this is why I fell at the peak when it was around that 1,900. Imagine if you had bought it at that area. I mean, that's a big loss. So when you see a coin that is moving like that, from experience, from what I've experienced in the past, coins that move exceedingly fast like that, when they are crashing, they also crash very fast. And that's why if you want to play in that space, you don't want to go all in with all your money. Because when they are dropping, I think it was in 2017, they this coin BitConnect also that people are buying. I never bought BitConnect because I never liked their white. I read through their white paper. I never liked their business plan. So I never, really bought. But a lot of people lost a lot of money in that coin. A lot. Meanwhile, if you had bought Bitcoin in 2017, you would be in massive profit by now. Probably you bought when it started crashing. So I'm looking for this word they used to use. I think it's an animal eating animal. I mean, it's a survival of the fittest game. Nobody cares. Nobody send you message. And that's why in the past, I'm always talking about assets that have sound fundamentals, that can stand the test of time, no matter what happens in the market. They can stand the test of time. Assets like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like Link, like good assets, like Neo, like Binance. They have very good fundamentals. So what you see when you see price fluctuation is an opportunity for you to buy again. But for these coins, these ones, you don't even want to jump in again so fast until you are very sure. Now look at this, the one that happened recently. I think I'm seeing that sushi. This sushi too. This sushi, even Binance, sushi has dropped to $1.51 all the way from around $9. I think it did $9. Let me see the IC. All time high. The all time $11.93. Now it's around $1.51. I heard the owner of this coin as the guy has vamoosed. The guy is anonymous. The guy has vamoosed with all the money. They can't see him again. They can't find him again. No, he has run. As he has run, how will I even say the Oyinbo again? So now, that's the danger of trying to play in around all this crazy DeFi coin. You make money fast, so at the same time you lose money. Just like in any other endeavor, the higher the risks, the higher the reward. If the risk is very high and then you can jump in, you make a lot of money. At the same time, If it turns, you can lose your money. I mean, literally, I've seen somebody in the forex trading market that literally lost his house within a week. The guy went to take a loan with his house as collateral and borrowed money and pumped, the money in the forex market, and the market crashed on him. There was a guy I'll never forget that went to raise, also got a loan when I was in Lagos in the Keja. I think about $10,000 back then. And this, if you trade forex very well, you understand. There's this data that used to come out once a week. Sorry, once a month. We call it non-farm payroll. It comes out, the first Friday of every month. It's a data that is released by the U.S. Department of Treasury, that talks about sectors that are not in the farming sector. So they post their return on a monthly basis. Okay, they post their data on a monthly basis, and traders trade based on the data depending on where the market is going. So people buy, and doing that at the release of that data every first Friday of every month, the market moves very fast, and then you can make crazy profits in no time, within the space of 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So this, my friend, is not a friend, he's a friend to a friend. I really don't know him until the guy came to our office and he was crying. That was when I met him. So he went to raise $10,000 and he deposited into his account, and then he jumped in the market at that time when that data is released, and the market crashed on him and he lost all that money. He lost all that money in the space of 10 minutes. I mean, the $10,000 went off. I mean, it's like you put money down and then you now strike a match box. It's like and then you threw the fire on the money. That was what just happened. The thing burned to the ground. All in the space of 10 minutes. So that is how the market can be. But also in that forex trading, also in that same trade that guy took and lost all his money, another trader will also take that same trade, the same size, the same everything, and will not lose all his money. Let me tell you the difference. Let me tell you why that always happens. Now, a trader wants to trade with $10,000, and then he's trading, say, 20 lot size. If you understand forex, you understand what I'm saying. That means that for every move, for every ticker, for every single move that the market is doing, it's either you are losing $200. If you trade one lot, that's 10. That's times 10, right? Now, if you now trade 20, so let me say 20 times 10. So that's 200. So that's 200. So that means when the market moves up by one tick, you have made $200. When it moves down by one ticker, you have lost $200. Imagine. So this same trade that somebody will now take, that same trade, and the person will not enter with, say, less than let's say 0.1 loss size, about one tenth of one loss. That guy can still survive that trend no matter how crazy the market moves. Why the guy that entered with 20 lots on $10,000 deposit is crying? This guy will take his loss, his minor loss, the other guy, and then will reposition himself to enter the market again with the same deposit. This one deposited $10,000, this one deposited $10,000, and they are trading the market. So that's why understanding how to trade is very key. Just because everybody's buying a coin doesn't mean you should be jumping. Before I started talking about Wi-Fi in the group, a lot of people have been chatting me up. They say, "Boss, how far with this coin?" I was just laughing. Say, "How far? The way this coin is moving, how far can we buy?" I say, "Well, if you buy it, well, you can buy it." You have not talked about it. So when I started getting a lot of requests, I started studying it. And I noticed and when I understood it, I know that this thing, one has to be, you can make money, you can also lose money. So if you have lost money in this Defi coin, just lick your wound and continue. So, and then if you have bought coins that are coins like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like Aveji, when this babe. Your robot take. So guys, so like I said, if you are trading coins that have good fundamentals, you will not have any problem. Just allow the market to do whatever it wants. Now, for example, look at Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin again. In March, Bitcoin dropped all the way from around 10,000 to 3,000. I think I showed you guys the chart, right? It dropped all the way. I mean, this is not a small drop, And I bought some Bitcoin around this axis, but even when it dropped, I think I was holding some Bitcoin around this area. It dropped. I think I bought some Bitcoin around that 6,000, 7,000 axis. So and it dropped. I mean, it crashes on me. I was not even moved. I just left it. So when I saw that it was already rising around this, I bought some more and I left it. And then I rolled it all the way. So that's the beauty of buying a coin that you will sleep with your two eyes closed. The profits or the returns might not be as fast. Let me use that word. Might not be as fast as all this sushi, all this yam, all this Wi-Fi. It might not be as fast, but then you can sleep with your eyes closed. You can go to bed. It won't bother you. And I think that is key, peace of mind. You don't want to have high blood pressure. Like that, my friend, that I gave you an example. You don't want to have high blood pressure. Because money is the fastest thing that can kill a man. There's a story of a man in New York. He's a white guy that was managing money from people. In 2008, when there was a global crash, a global market crash, that guy committed suicide. He's a young guy. I think he was around 29 years old, and he has a portfolio. He's holding a portfolio that runs into billions of dollars. So when the market crashed on him, and then and that means already in debt to a lot of people. Yeah, he committed suicide. So I've seen it happens. So and that's why you don't want to trade with. As much as trading is very okay, it's very good. You can make a lot of money in trading within no time. You also want to keep your sanity, and that's why I always advise young traders when people talk to me that can I do this thing 24/4 as a means of my only thing that I do as a means. Guys, they are going and then you say, can I do this business? Can I do as a means of this is the only thing I want to be doing? I always advise people start small first. Okay, understand the market, then keep your job. The any money from another source. Use this as an investment vehicle. Back in the days, I used to be the only thing I do is I just trade. I don't do any other thing. I only trade. That's the only thing I do. And then you notice that you will not be able to sustain a good living, because sometimes the market crashes or you lose money. Like in this all these crashes that happened in the past, that happened this weekend. If you look at some of my portfolio, they are already bleeding. They are bleeding big time. But it doesn't because I have other sources of income, that can, before the portfolio recovers, you can still pay your bills. You can still do some other things. So I always advise people to have what they are doing by the side while you are still trading, because things like this happens every now and then. But like I said, we are going to see a recovery on this market. I'm very certain about that. We are seeing a recovery of this market. I'm very certain. And that's why it's very good to hold coins that have very good fundamentals. Coins that you can sleep. You sleep like a baby. If you want to take your profit, when it makes profit, you want to sell some of it, you can sell it. And allow the rest to run. At least till the end of this bull run, when everybody will now know that, okay, by the time we end this bull run, we all know. Then we can say, okay, it's time to start selling, and start selling probably a larger portion of your people. So that is what I just have to share with people, because I've seen a lot of people chat me up and say what is happening to the market. I say, okay, I'll create time and talk about it today. I don't know if there's anybody that if you have a question that you want anything at all that you want me to address, probably something you don't understand, something you want to talk about. Okay, I've seen.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, hi, right.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
Yeah, fine. Thank you so much for the wonderful exposition you have been giving to us. Well, I think I'm really learning a lot because when I joined, I was the hype of so many coins. So one just jumped into and I just discovered the thing were just hitting losses were just hitting somebody left and right, left and right. So it's now I'm now getting to see that this long term means you have always been talking is really the way to move out with this crypto of a thing.
Mhm.
I just want to ask a question. I don't know this coin you recommended one time. How do you with the behavior so far? How do you recommend it? How what's your see on it? Amp
Which coin? Which coin?
amp
Okay, Ample Ford.
AMPL.
Yeah, Ample Ford.
Yes,
Now,
amp
for
for.
Ample Ford, what I can say
Mm,
is, if you the tokenomics of that coin is one of the strangest tokenomics I've ever seen. It's a very good coin, but then it still boils down to one fact. If you
okay.
have not if you have not put in all your money in it, it will not bother you. You get what I'm saying?
Wow,
Get what I'm saying?
that's
It's
it.
still the same fact. It's still the same fact that still holds still. If you have not
Yeah.
if you have not, you know, jumping with all the money you have, it will not
Yeah.
really bother you. Like me, it doesn't bother me. No, now, but on the other side, for the sake of people that are really invested in it, what I would say is just wait for it to go back up a little bit and make sure you sell a larger portion of your
Okay.
coin, okay,
Okay.
of that particular coin. Just make sure you just dispose it by the time it has gotten higher because the coin is not stable at all because of the
It's
way
true.
because a lot of people don't understand it, and that's why when it moves up very well, and you are getting positive rebates. No, let's say anytime it's above $1, they will give you more coins, right?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
If you study the chart around that time, because me, sometimes I'll study it. I always stay awake to look at it. If you study the chart around that time when when they give you extra coins, you notice that people will sell off. A lot of people are selling off.
It's true.
You
It's true.
notice, you see that people will start
It's
selling
true.
off, so it start dropping. So
It's true.
because a lot of people does not understand it, so they want to quickly make profit around that axis and quickly come out.
It's
But
true.
fundamentally, the coin is very good. The only problem is that the tokenomics is different from every other coin in in the
Okay.
crypto space. So
Okay.
fundamentally, too, like I've been saying, like I've always been saying, if you have not invested, more than you can chew in a particular asset, it will not bother you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I get you.
now, an
I get
example I
you.
like using is the example of the real estate industry in Nigeria. Example, if you start buying land at the hype of that Lekki hype, when people will buy land at 5 million, and then in 5 months that land has started selling for say 50 million, and a lot of people they are cashing in. Now, if if you didn't time it very well, and then you jump in that axis of Lagos, and then you put your money, you will notice that after a while the price starts dropping
Yeah.
around that Lekki area. Land that used to sell for 100 million, the owners of that land started selling for 50 million because after a while, people now start seeing that that place is waterlogged.
Yes.
When it rains, the rain comes and destroy everything. I mean, there's one of my uncle, his friend, they actually moved from around that. They moved from mainland to the island. They went to buy land, build a house. He was doing that. He did that around that rainy dry season. So they moved there. So during the rainy season, and they saw how the rain destroyed his house. Literally, he has to move out again. I think he sold that place off at half the price.
Oh,
And that's why. But for somebody that does not really jump in that area, let's say you didn't really use all your money to buy land in that place, it will not really bother you. You get.
it's true.
You
It's true,
just see
sir.
that okay, it's one of the bad investments I've made. You will move on. And so you see the same thing with when it comes to any asset class. So even with buying a land, buying a house, buying anything, buying stock, buying buying, trading forex, trading options. If you are not heavily invested in the wrong asset, it will not bother you. It won't bother you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me take. I think Amen. Amen wants to. Hello, Amen
Hello,
Johnson.
boss. Good
Yeah,
evening, sir.
yeah. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening.
I don't know. You are because since some of us, since you are working, we don't have time to be trading on a daily basis and be checking the chart and know what is happening in the market. I don't know what is your take about Tron? I want to buy and hold it for some time.
Tron is a very good.
Is there a future in?
There's a lot of future in Tron. In fact, if you notice that before now, okay, when did you join the course? When did you buy the course?
I started buying early this month.
No. Okay. Selling this month. You joined.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Now, if you have been with me long enough, you notice that I've been shouting about Tron. A lot of people, guys, please, if you're in the house and then you've been with me, you've been in the group long enough. When I started talking about Tron, I think that was early this year. You can raise your hand. So, I've talked about it's a very good project. In fact, I started buying Tron probably 2 years ago. But I started buying big last year when I studied. Tron is a very good project. It's a project you can buy and go to bed. The reason is because it's one of the project that is trying to topple Ethereum. Ethereum and Tron, they are running the same, like a smart contract kind of thing. Okay. And then one of the problems that Ethereum have right now is the problem of high fees. When you want to buy a coin, the fees you pay to buy the coin is very high. It's very, very high. So, but for Tron is offering the same service at a very cheap rate. Like Tron just launched a coin just launched on the Tron DeFi, their first DeFi coin. It's known as, they call it Yen. Let me go and look for it. I'm trying to look for that coin. I saw it the other day. Okay, Yen.finance. Okay. No, sorry, not Yen, Peer. Sorry, I'm trying to look at Peer. Okay, that's in the not Yen phase. Peer. This coin launched on the Tron blockchain. And then it's actually moved up fast initially because it was running on that blockchain where you're paying penny. Imagine you want to buy a coin on a particular blockchain where you're paying where you're going to pay 10 cents compared to Ethereum where you're going to pay like $40. Do you understand? Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, now I think it's off. But like I said, Tron is offering a very good it's something you can see investing, and then you can go to bed. You can go to bed on Tron. Tron is a very good project. You can't you have nothing to lose on the long term. On the long term, Tron is good, and that's why if you listen to the video that I sent you, when you paid for the course, I emphasize on the long term. If you don't have time to start looking at charts.
Yes, sir.
I recommended some coins like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like Link, like New, like Binance Coin. A lot of them that you can buy, and those you don't want to start bothering yourself. I mean, a lot of people can testify to the fact that in this group, to the fact that most of the coins that they bought, have done over 100%. Somebody like Dr. Shola. Dr. Shola is a medical doctor that is very active, when it comes to the medical industry in Nigeria. He doesn't have time to start checking charts. He bought some coins, and then he's made money with them, because there are coins that that he bought for the long-term purpose. Okay. So for someone like you that is busy with work, Tron is a very good coin. Coins like Binance, they're very good. You can buy and hold them. coins like XRP also very good. Ethereum is good. Couple of them, at least the first 20. Look at, I always talk about the first 20. Just look at them. Crypto.com is also a very good coin that you can buy and hold. Okay.
Okay, thank you, boss.
You're welcome. So I don't know. Okay, Celestine, you have a question. I see that you are raising your hand. Hello? Okay, Cele. Hello. So basically, like I've been saying, so let's just pay attention to coins that are very good fundamentals. In this where market are losing, where coins are losing value, look for coins that have a very good fundamentals, at least from that 1 to 30, 1 to 20, and then you can look at their charts, and then you can come in, just buy and hold. You should notice that. Now, what normally happens is that when you, like for example, let's say I buy Tron at minus 17%, and I enter and I leave it, and then Bitcoin turns and the market starts going back up. What normally happens is that by the time Tron is going back up, it will first of all go back from minus 17 to 0%. At that point, you have made 17% profit. It goes back up to then they will now start climbing back to the price that it was before. For example, let's say I buy Ethereum. Let me use Ethereum now. Let's say Ethereum is now 328. The highest that Ethereum did this past week, is around, Ethereum went as high as 480 something dollar. And it's right now, as of today, is at minus 14%. If you buy Ethereum today at this price, after you have checked, I'm just saying, it's just an example. Ethereum, since you know fully whether it has good fundamental, it will go back up, and then you buy it at this price. It will first of all go back up to minus 0%. At that point, that means you have made 14%. That means you are in profit already at plus 14.93%. Okay, if you go back up, then by the time you now get back to the price at which it is coming from, you have made another additional money. Now let's look at Chainlink too. That has a very good fundamental. Chainlink is $10. I mean, this is a very good. I mean, if you have some money just lying down, you can just buy and just leave it at minus 18% already. If you buy, it go back up and then you follow it. Okay. Also look at Polkadot. It's also a very good product. It's also a very good coin. It's already at $3. If you buy and leave it, you follow it up. So that's the beauty of when you focus on these coins that have very good fundamentals. Right now I will not advise anybody to go and buy all these DeFi coin, all these crazy DeFi coin like Yamfi now. Like for now, all those coins, because they can drop to zero. Those coins can drop to zero. Trust me, they can move they can drop all the way to zero. So that's just all I have to say today. In the absence of no question, I don't know, probably we'll just call it a day. And I think I'll drop the video. I'll upload the video and drop it on the group. So if you still have any further question, you can, after this class, you can drop it on the you can drop it on the group. So that is it though. So that is it. Okay. Pelumi, somebody wants to ask a question. I don't know who is Pelumi. Hello, is that Pelumi? If you have any question, but before we go, let me know. So before we call it a day. Anyway, in the absence of no question, I'll just say good evening to everybody. Good night to everybody. So guys, good night. So I'll drop the video.
Good night, boss.
Yeah, good night. Yeah, good night. So I'll drop the video on the group. Yeah, you're welcome. Bye.